Good evening and welcome to the Lead Magnet series, the three-part series that I'm teaching how to create lead magnets, what kinds of lead magnets to create, and then helping you to take the first steps in creating a lead magnet that works for you and works for the goals that you have in your business or your brand. So what's a lead magnet? A lead magnet, which if you don't know, is also known as a freebie, also known as an ethical bribe. So a lead magnet basically is something that helps you to build a list of email subscribers. So your email subscribers are the ones that you have on your list. So it's almost like building an audience that you can interact with, an audience that you can serve, an audience that you can sell to. So you start by building a list of these people who have given you permission to get in touch with them. And the way that you can do that is to give them something of value that's in exchange for their email address. So that's where the lead magnet comes in. So it's something that you can give in exchange for the email address. Now, this lead magnet series I'm going to talk about my favorite kind of lead magnets. And then after that, next week, I'm going to talk to you about the different kinds of lead magnets that you can create. And then the third week, I'm going to talk to you about how to get people, how to get eyes on your lead magnets to grow your list. I've heard this said that the most important list that you can build, or the most important audience that you can build, is your email list. I believe that wholeheartedly. And no matter what kind of business you are in, the most important audience that you can build is a list on your email. Now, this email list is not just addresses that you have in your little black book. It's actually addresses that you can collect in what is called an email service provider, or an email provider platform, such as MailChimp, MailerLite, Drip. There are many different platforms that serve people who are in online business. Any kind of online business you're doing, whether you are a charity, whether you are doing e-commerce, whether you are a personal brand, whether you're an influencer, whatever kind of business you're doing, if you do plan to do business, make money, sell, you need to have a mailing list. I'll talk more about that, but today we'll talk more about that over this series. I'm going to keep saying it anyway. Email is the best platform when it comes, the best platform, or let me say the platform that performs the best when it comes to interacting and selling to your audience. It's different from social media, even though social media might look nice and sexy and shiny. But how I like to call it is that email is the way that opens the door of your business to the world. So you might have a beautiful house or edifice or empire, but it might just be beautiful for people to see and to click like, but email is the one that opens the door that makes people to actually come into your world, and the lead magnet is usually your starting point. To build your list, you need a good lead magnet. You need a lead magnet that would attract your customers. Now, a lead magnet, like I said, is an ethical bribe. I can create a lead magnet where I say, give me your email list and I'll give you free massage or a free ticket or an Amazon gift card or a box of chocolates. Now, many people would love to get something like that, but you don't know whether they are actually people who are your ideal customer or people who are likely to buy from you in the near future. So which brings me to my favorite type of lead magnet. I call it a Swiss Army knife of lead magnets because it does many things for you, and it is using an email mini course as your lead magnet. I thought about it because I recently created one for a client. She has a health and wellness brand, and she decided to create a free wellness course for women over 40. So it's just a 5-day course where she talks about different things, and I worked with her, we gave it a name, we wrote the emails together, and in the mini course she was able to take people on a journey, tell them her story, let them get to know, like, and trust her, and at the same time give value in terms of the tips that she shared. So let me just show you that quickly. So this is the landing page for the wellness course. It's called the Wellness Code for Women Over 40, and it's a free course. It lasts for 5 days. So, the landing page says what it is. And here is the sign up form. So you put in your name, your email address, and then you're able to sign up for the course. That's my end. So it was her course. This is, here's a sneak peek of everything you're going to learn. On day 1, you're going to listen here, get this. Day 2, you get this. Day 3, day 4, day 5, and then there's a bonus lesson as well. At the end of the thing, actually from like day 4 to the bonus lesson, she starts talking about a community that she's inviting them to join. So this is just an example of the lead magnet that I'm going to be talking to you about today, which is the Swiss Army knife of lead magnets. It is a lead magnet that does many things, and I'm going to just again share the screen so that I can walk you through the 11 reasons why this is my favorite kind of lead magnet. So again, I'm going to repeat myself. My favorite kind of lead magnet is a free email course. Usually it's a 5-day course. Usually 5 days it could be up to 7 days. Sometimes it can even be 30 days. Okay, let us get this going. 11 reasons to use an email mini course as a lead magnet. There are many kinds of lead magnets that you can use to get people's email addresses, but this kind of lead magnet is one of the best. So if you have a business that does a particular thing or provides a particular service, and you don't want just anybody to come onto your mailing list, to come into your world, you want people who are more likely to buy from you. This is the reason why I look at this as one of the most strategic kinds of email lead magnets or list building lead magnets. An email mini course. It's straightforward to create, especially if you are a thought leader that you have a very well thought out way of working, a service that you provide that is very distinct, or you just have a brand or a story that is very distinctive. So reason 1 is that an email mini course is very easy to consume. When you do like a 5 to 7 day email course, what happens is that once they sign up, you send them lesson 1, and then that lesson 1 is just something they read through, and they might have some homework or just some tips or that you give on that lesson, tell them what's coming in lesson 2. So it's a quick read, is a bite-sized lesson. It's something that is easy to consume and is easy to digest. At the same time as you're doing that, or if you do this properly, you are also going to be able to inject your personality into it. You're also going to tell your story, your origin story. You're also going to build know, like, and trust. You're going to also have the opportunity to do many more things than just teaching them something. So the second reason is that you give value upfront. Now, as you know, one of the laws of influence is reciprocity, meaning that when you do something for people, people are more disposed to do something back for you. So it's you are starting by giving. So you're giving, and obviously you're giving something of value. A mini course or a course already has an intrinsic value built into it. It's not just downloading a PDF or watching a video, but this is actually a course. Yeah, it's a package of knowledge that they're receiving from you. So that is the value. So you're giving them helpful content from day 1. Again, once they've signed up, they are now on your list. So it's almost like you have a captive audience, and you have that opportunity to reach out to them for the next 5 to 7 days and giving them this value, winning their confidence, and giving them also some value that will give them some quick wins, some like the one I just mentioned to you about. I've shown you just the landing page, but apart from the landing page, what, the different things that this wellness course talked about, talked about how to increase your energy, talked about sleep, talked about superfoods, and then of course all the while trying to talk about how it is the responsibility of the women over 40 to take ownership of their health journey. So take control of their health. So that's what that one was about. They get the value, and that builds that goodwill. And then also they what's the word now? They become indoctrinated to. When I say indoctrinate, I know it sounds like a very strange word, but basically you are trying to say, this is who I am, this is how I do what I do, this is how I think. So you have a very short period of time for somebody to actually get to know you, like you, and trust you in this with this email course. The third one is it educates about your approach. So it's different from giving somebody something that's of value that they just want and they're not really interested in you. They just want the thing. Or they just take the thing and they put it in their collection or on their hard drive, and then they don't even know who it came from. They don't remember you. They don't know who you are. They just got what they wanted. But the email course is like you are welcoming them into your classroom. Say, come, let's sit down, let's have a coffee. Let me tell you how I work. This is who I am. This is my authority. This is my experience with this. This is my approach to this. If you have built, some people will know what I'm talking about. If you've built like a solution frame or a unique branded solution in your business, this would be perfect for you, because it's a great way for you to actually show your unique solution, to say, this is the way I work. The emails mini course is something that can be adapted to many, many different industries, not strictly all industries, but many industries. If you're a thought leader, if you have some specialized knowledge, if you provide some specific services, and you just want to educate people before you invite them to work with you, this is a great way to do it. So you educate about your approach, your perspective, your methodology, like I said, your unique solution frame or your unique branded solution. Give examples of your work. You can share case studies, you can share testimonials. So it gives somebody has given you permission to sell to them, really, but to also giving you permission to build that relationship with them in a very short period of time. So, like I mentioned before, this kind of lead magnet it's great because it resonates with people that are going to be more likely to work with you. Like the example I gave of this wellness code, what she has really is a community of women who are, she supports in their health and well-being and helps them to prevent burnout. And she serves women over 40. So in a way, this is already saying who this is for and who it's not for. So if you're not somebody who is interested in reclaiming your energy and vitality, then this is not for you. So it attracts your email mini course, attracts your ideal client. I mean, there's so many other examples, but basically, if for instance you are selling cars or you're selling property, you can have an email mini course which talks about some aspects of that, some aspects of some tips that they need to know before they buy. If you say to somebody, here, I'm going to teach you the 5 mistakes that people make when they are ready to buy their first house, the person that joins that course is more likely to be somebody who wants to or is thinking of buying their first house, and you can even become more granular than that. So I would say that at the end of this, I'm going to drop a post where I am offering a free strategy call, free, no obligation strategy call, 20-minute call. If you would like me to help you to brainstorm an idea for an email mini course and help you to outline it and just knock around ideas together of what you can do, then definitely book a time on my calendar. Well, I have time, I have spots available for the next 2 weeks. Book a time and we can talk about it. But basically your lead magnet or your course will be designed to filter out people who are not your ideal client. So it attracts the people that are more likely to work with you and buy from you. And then it also repels people who are not even when they're in the course, some of the messaging can also be tailored to also um, attract and repel people who are not your ideal client. They're not the kind of people that you want to work with, because you are going to be saying, this is the way I work, this is my method, this is the madness of my method, this is how it has worked for others, and so on and so forth. So that's the fourth one. And the fifth one is that it builds trust. Now, everybody loves this because this is something that is so difficult to get. It takes time, to build trust, to build reputation. But having that email mini course as a way to showcase your authority, your personality, your values, showcase yourself, showcase what you are capable of, your credibility, all that builds trust, and if you are able to also show your generosity in what you are teaching them or showing them, or how you are guiding them, and you are doing it also with your authentic voice, you will definitely have a chance to build trust with the people who take the course. Again, similar to this, you grow your thought leadership, so whether or not they buy from you, you become this thought leader. They know that you are the person who has this authority in this area. Let me give another example. Maybe they run a service accommodation, and you are teaching them something about service accommodation for Airbnb and booking.com and all those kind of things. They might not be ready to book a spot in your Airbnb at that time, but then if they know somebody, or if somebody comes to them and says, oh, I need a place to stay, or I need a blah, 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 or I'm thinking of starting an Airbnb, and then you are the person that's top of mind because you have shown that you are a thought leader in this area. So again, depending on how well your email mini course is made or written, you are able to position yourself as an expert. You are able to give them tips and show you have real expertise. Everybody talks about how content is king, and this is really a great way to stand out from the crowd, because you're not just somewhere in the news feed or in the middle of somebody's scroll. You're actually in their inbox, where you have literally a one-on-one with them through your email mini course. So this is a wonderful thing also, to be able to nurture and indoctrinate people. So it's similar to the things that we've said before. You nurture. I talked about it last week, I think. When you talk about nurturing, you're showing people that you're building that rapport, you're sharing your values, showing people that you care about them, showing people that you have a solution for them, you're giving them hope, giving them encouragement, all that kind of thing. You can do all that with your email mini course, as well as show how you have created a path that they can follow, and on the benefits of working with you. Indoctrinating people is just, think of it like onboarding people to say, okay, this is who I am, this is how I work, these are the results that I've got for people, and all that can be done with your email mini course. This is why I said this is my favorite kind of lead magnet, because it's like a Swiss Army knife of lead magnet. It has many parts that it does. It's one thing that you can do. When you do it once and for all, it's there, it's going to keep working for you. But at the same time, it's building your authority. It's creating a very strong bond between yourself and the person that is taking this course. And it's free. So you're offering value, you're giving content, you're showing your expertise, you are showing your authority, you are building know, like, and trust. You are teaching people that this is the best way to do something, or the way that we do it works, So it could be in any area, anything. all you need to do is then create that lead magnet, give it a good title, give it, pick up some part of your knowledge. You don't have to share everything. Some people sometimes say you should show them the what and the why. So this is one of these examples that you can show them the what and the why, and then you can sell them the how. People say those kind of things. As far as I'm concerned, you can show them the how, you know, because sometimes even if you show them the how, they might still need your help, they might still need your support. The eighth reason, which I love, is that you are selling without being pushy. So you are educating people at the same time, and you're doing the things that you do with selling, which is you build the desire, you address their objections, you allay their fears, you talk to the logical brain, you talk to the emotional side of the brain. You have that opportunity to put all that into place. All those invisible triggers and invisible ways of persuading and influence, and you do that at the same time as you're giving that value, so that as they go through the course, as they're being educated, as you're dealing with the things that they're struggling with, and giving them hope, and teaching them things, giving them a quick win, you are able to then seamlessly or naturally invite them to take the next step with you. That next step with you might literally be go and buy this, but then again, it might also be register for my workshop, or book a call with me, or watch this webinar, or take this challenge, or attend this event, or whatever it is that you are selling at the end of it. Like in the case of my example today, it's just a new lead magnet. So at the end of this 5 days, or rather the 6 days, at the end of the 6th day, on the 6th day, she invites them to join the waiting list for a community that is going to be starting in a few weeks' time. So that's an easy ask, and that is how you sell without being pushy. Now, have in mind, picture this: you've created this lead magnet, and the person is going through your course. So somebody joins today, 3 people join tomorrow, and they're all going at their own pace. And they get this lesson on day 1, they get this lesson on day 2, and so on. And each person joins at their own time, and they go through the whole process at their own pace. And if the email mini course is done in such a way that is compelling, it's engaging, they will stay with it. They will look forward to the next lesson. They will follow with stories and all those other things that you can use to keep attention and engagement. Then you lead them seamlessly to say, this is the next step of working with me, or these are the next 3 steps. You can take my boot camp, or you can join my coaching group, or you can watch my podcast, or you can, like I said, book a call with me. So basically, and of course, like you like I said, like many people know, it's a numbers game. So if you have 100 people go through your course, a certain number, maybe 20% of them would take the next step with you. Other people would put you on the back burner to say, okay, I'm going to come back to this, and they put a pin on it, and you are top of mind. Again, you're on their list, so you can continue to nurture them, because like many people know, people don't buy from you the very first time they hear from you. But this again is another way of having people to have multiple touches with you. So in your email course, you maybe on some lessons, you might send them to watch a video. One other lesson, you might ask them to download a workbook, so you have different touch points with them, even within the email mini course. And that gives you multiple touch points, so that would make them more likely to buy from you. Yeah. So I think I've said this already, but I'll say this again. It just qualifies your customer. So the email course attracts people genuinely interested in your approach, in your service, in your product. It serves as a filter. If you see something that has to do with motorsport, if you're not interested in motorsport, you're not going to join. It's almost like calling to a particular person. Some people will say, yes, here I am, and some will not even hear because it doesn't sound like it. It's not their name. You're not calling to them, so they can't hear. So that's what we mean by qualifying your customer. When you speak the language of their pain points or the language of their interest, then they then join your list. And because they join your list in this way, they are more likely to work with you in the future. Right. So the last but one is that it gives you, again, an ongoing pipeline. So one thing that happens with them when it comes to sales is that you need to qualify people. Not everybody is qualified to buy from you. We've been talking about that all along. Not everybody is your customer. Not everybody fits the criteria that you are looking for. So, but if you have this email mini course, it already pre-qualifies people because for the fact that they are joining and then for the fact that they are going through the course. And that way, you're not just getting people to just fill numbers on your mailing list. You don't just want to gather a list of people just to have the numbers on your list, but the process of them going through a mini course helps to qualify them as well. Right. Okay. And the final reason is the best reason of all. It's once you create it, you can use it forever. So create it once, use it forever. Take time to create it, and all you need to do maybe just tweak it or change the landing page or just do different things to see how to get more people on your list. But you have your core offer, which is a free email mini course, and you just create it once and you can use it forever. So it's something that has real value. And once you created that course, all you need to do is just keep sending traffic, sending people to take the course. You can't just go right at the beginning and say, oh, buy my thing, buy my thing, buy my thing. You have to give value first. So we're back at the beginning. You have to give value first. So this is one, it is big value that you're giving them. At the same time, you're also indoctrinating them, or you are onboarding them and bringing them into your world, making them comfortable with you, letting them get used to hearing from you, letting them get used to knowing your voice so that they know you, they like you, they trust you, and then eventually you make an offer to them, and even after, if they don't take the offer that first time, you still have them on your list to continue to nurture them, to continue to give them value, and then to continue, because they will, some might stay for a week and buy from you immediately. Some might wait a few weeks before they buy from you, but they're on your list and they are now qualified prospects. So this is the wonderful thing about it. If you create it once, you can use it forever. A bit of effort at the beginning, and this is the beauty of an online business. So this is where I stop. Like I said, if you would like to launch your own email mini course, just book a call with me. I have dropped link to my calendar. So just find a time for a 20 minutes free strategy call. And when you fill the form, just give me your website or your social media so I can take a look at what you do before we get on the call. And then I might have some ideas for you. We'll discuss whether an email mini course is suitable for your business. And then I would also share some ideas of what your email mini course can contain and how it can be structured. And we might be able to even put together an outline. It's no obligation because it's not cheap to hire me to do it for you, but you can get this free consultation at the same time. So definitely find a space on my calendar if you are interested in building your mailing list. If you would like to serve people with, then definitely book a space on my calendar. Okay. Like I said, we're on doing our lead magnet series. Next week, I will be talking to you about some different types of lead magnets. And then the following week, we'll talk about how to get lead magnets in front of people. So I will see you next week. Have a good evening, and thanks for joining me. Bye.